Ta-da!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We saw The Watch and Total Recall. We missed a week, so we got 2 movies this week. The Watch.
I did not see Total Recall.
Right.
I missed that memo, so...
Yeah,
I don't think a memo was sent out.
somebody's slacking, but that's okay.
I don't know.
You know, that's
Supposed
fine.
to be-
Correspondence
Second.
is a little...
Correspondence is key.
correspondence.
Communication is key.
Speaking of communication,
Is your cell phone on?
what'd you think about The Watch, Barry?
The expectations that we talked about going into it, pretty much exactly what I thought was going to happen, what happened. It was nice that the one bigger thing about like how we both said we didn't want the trailer spoiling the aliens, they literally said there was aliens in the first second.
Yeah.
So,
Which again, you know, they could have done better. They could have saved the aliens, you know, till midway through the show and not shown in the trailer, and it still would have been way cooler.
the opening scene, you can know it's an alien that's killing the guy too. If they would have shot a couple more
Right.
things, if
Well,
they would have had the murder be a little bit different
Right.
and some other stuff like that, then yeah, it kind of would have been pretty cool about a little halfway twist.
Would have been a good surprise.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It still had its moments where you kind of see things coming, but you know, you're like, oh, okay. I mean, it's not like mind blowing by
Yeah.
any means, but it's
Little twists and turns.
it's a solid comedy if you like those guys that are in it. I mean, it's nothing fantastic. I like Hot Rod better, I guess, in the grand scheme, but
I don't know where that came from.
the guy directed Hot Rod, didn't he?
Yeah.
I was just thinking, sorry, train of thought. But anyway, like, Jonah Hill was funny in it, Vince Vaughn, they all played themselves like they always do, so if you like that, you're going to have an enjoyable enough time when you watch it.
I like me some Vince Vaughn humor.
Yeah.
I like me some Jonah Hill humor. Regular
Yeah.
old Ben Stiller.
No. Oh no. I don't like him. No, I like Vince Vaughn as well, and I think the best part of the movie is kind of the just they split up. Like the ensemble cast is great, and they're funny together, and they kind of split up and go on different tangents, like in different groups, different pairs, and those are really funny. And like, you know, you're happy that they're together on screen and they're working together. And I always love alien movies. Let's see what else.
It's a solid buddy
Yeah, it's a good
comedy.
buddy film.
Yeah, I think again, if you like the types of humor that the people that you've seen, you know, Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, Jonah Hill, their normal selves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
There's one scene that I really liked where I know I already said this, but where Ben Stiller sees like the first alien attack, he sees like the effects of it, and we don't get to see it yet as the audience, but we see him looking at it.
when did you say this?
Oh. This is our second take. The cat was messing with the cord.
Yeah, she's...
But
Now we gotta do a third take.
3. No, but Vince Vaughn sees the effects, like he sees, you know, a horrific scene, I guess, and then it cuts to him driving away in the car, and he's like crying. I just thought that was a really cool
Ben
scene.
Stiller?
Ben Stiller. Did I say that? Did I say Vince
Ben
Vaughn?
Stiller.
Vince Stiller. But yeah, but also Vince Vaughn is top of his game in this.
I don't know about that.
I think he's pretty solid. It's pretty hilarious.
I'd
I'd say Jonah Hill wasn't as on game as you. I love Jonah Hill, but I'd say Vince Vaughn.
I
was
think
funny.
the humor that hit me the most was like the jokes that they were going for didn't really hit as hard to me. You know, like I
as
didn't
like
really
little
laugh.
side jokes.
It was the ones where somebody would just say something real quick, or like Jonah Hill jumps on the back of the truck, was like, "No, we're good, let's go."
Yeah.
like stuff like that. That actually made me laugh.
And Vince
Yeah.
Vaughn gets in a big fight with his daughter, and then he's standing outside the door, and you think it's gonna cut, and it just stands there for a long time, and then he goes, "You're crossing the line," or something. Just it's like he was trying to think of a line, and it just that was a great.
Those moments are good. So if you really want to enjoy it to the max, though, go see it with your friends.
Yeah,
Not
don't see it by
max.
yourself like weirdos.
Yeah, it's not quite.
Don't necessarily, yeah. Don't expect the funniest comedy of the year, of the summer. It's
No.
not. So adjust your expectations there and see with some friends.
Yeah.
Hang out with the guys.
Yeah.
I mean, like in the movie. Like hang out
Now
with the
now
guys
it's
in the movie.
that's I knew that.
That's what I meant.
I knew it. That was what I meant.
All right, so let's go on to Total Recall. Barry, if you could just leave.
Sure.
Wait a minute.
Seriously.
You're not my Barry.
Max and I saw Total Recall.
Not
the
together.
Remake of the 1990 Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall.
We know.
It's 22 years ago. Some people don't.
This is a total recall right
It
now.
doesn't seem like, I mean, 22 years ago, right?
It's
That
hard
would
to
make us 6 years old.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like I watched that when it came
Well,
out.
back
but
when
I-
movies
I
used to
don't know
come
that I
out,
was
they'd
6.
come out in the theater, and then like 2 years later they'd come out on VHS, and then 3 or 4 years later we'd rent them at the video store.
Yeah.
Time used to go by slow, man.
So this one's starring Colin Farrell, Jessica Biel. What's that girl that you guys think?
Kate Beckinsale.
Ugly.
Ow! Yow!
And Bryan Cranston.
Woo! Woo! Ow! He's got a bad wig on, but
Tell us who you think is hotter, Jessica Biel or
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale. You just don't want to say her name.
No, I want to say Keira
You're like a
Knightley.
politician.
I want to say Keira Knightley.
My opponent.
It comes okay. So, what'd you think of Total Recall?
Total Recall,
2012 version.
2012. It's a remake from Arnold Schwarzenegger's film. Total
From
Recall.
what year?
1990. Pizza was popular. Drew's got his first chest hair.
And 6.
Untrue.
It was
Still
more
don't
of
have
a
any.
growth. Well,
Still
it came
don't
out of a growth as a wart hair. But I think this movie was just like the most action packed. It's like intense action from start to finish. Just, I mean, literally the most action in any film,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I came out of the theater thinking that that was the most action that I've seen in 2 hours in my entire life.
And then,
It's nonstop, no breathing,
yeah.
action.
But then there's some really great slowdown moments, like
Nope.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait a
wait,
second.
no,
wait a
no.
second.
No.
You're confusing me.
he stops and part of he plays the piano to reveal a secret. He doesn't know he can play. It's real quiet and it's his theme. This movie,
Right, but he's like shooting people in the room while he's playing.
yeah,
He's
but
playing
he's
the piano while
his
she's
theme.
shooting it with a gun.
Yeah. There's this film was I don't want to higher your expectations, but it was really close to greatness. Like,
Ow.
no, I mean it's not greatness. I don't mean here's greatness, here's this movie. I mean there's a lot of elements that were really great. Just they didn't all form together,
Yeah,
but
totally.
like there's some really awesome sci-fi elements. Like they have to. There's only 2 parts in the world they can live in, and they have to transport workers from the poorer part of the world up to the
England and Australia, right?
yeah.
Not on opposite sides of the earth at all. So
You
why,
know, it's like-
how did they go through the center of the
Like,
Yeah,
it's
they
such
are.
a marginal amount of
It's-
space that
it's
land
not
actually
just-
overlaps. Like if you actually dug through, you'd come. It's like 1%. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the smallest amount
Yeah.
you could ever think of. Like it's like these really weird countries too.
They kind of gloss over it. Like they kind of say like some parts of Britain drifted a little in the colonies. You know, like
Yeah.
it's a cool idea though. And
Yeah, there's lots of super cool sci-fi element
Yeah.
ideas, like the car with the steering wheel that
Uh-huh.
switches over to the passenger side, like just little things like that. There's tons of that throughout the movie.
yeah.
Architecture is insane.
Yeah, the sets were amazing. The sets were on the verge of greatness. No, the sets are really elaborate and just like, you know, there's not a lot of space to live. It's totally overpopulated, but they have really future technology and engineering and stuff, and all the buildings like come up and out like a tree. And what's great about this director is, you know, some sets are awesome and whatever CG, but there's not a lot of interaction. There's not as much interaction with the sets on a massive scale. You know, like Lord of the Rings, they take little parts, and then back away, it's all CG. And but this one is kind of like you see this huge roof, and he runs across the building, turns to CG, maybe I don't know, just
It
really
blew your mind.
it did. I mean, I really just thought like, man, they really whoever did the set design and the CG like working together, like they nailed it. They nailed it. It was on the verge of greatness.
They had some really cool nods to the original.
Yeah, some
You
little
love 'em?
Easter eggs.
So yeah, I think to enjoy it, if you haven't seen the original one, maybe hold off on seeing the original one. I mean, if you haven't seen it in 22 years,
It's
you
a
probably
remake.
have no problem holding
Yeah.
off. Go see the new one first because the plot elements of the original are exactly the same as the
Yeah.
new one. So that if you know the original, you're not gonna be surprised by any twist or anything like that. But if you have seen the original, like I said, there's some fun Easter eggs to go in there and look forward to, and it's way more action packed than the original, and it's a beautiful, beautiful movie.
Yeah, it's on the.
It's on the brink of
When,
greatness.
when I go see it, I'm kind of almost expecting greatness.
I know.
so-
Lower your expectations. It came
But
out.
be ready
But-
for possible greatness.
If you fill in the blanks.
Be ready for the possibility of the possibility
Yeah.
of greatness.
You're not gonna find it. It's there.
Almost.
Somewhere, maybe. Not really, but it's real close. I don't hope that's not too confusing.
Not at all. Thanks for watching.